Hey guys, I'm Taylor.
Hey, I'm Adriana.
And we did our project on Pietro Lorenzetti. I got a question for you.
Ooh, okay.
All right. How do artists greet one another?
Hello? I don't know.
Yellow.
So
Boom.
good.
All right, cool. So Lorenzetti was born in 1280 in Siena, Italy, and he died in 1348 as a victim of the First Black Death. So, did you hear about the artist who died?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, well, he had too many strokes.
Oh, you're such a kidder.
So funny. So, he was an Italian Gothic painter. He attended Siena's School of Art, located in Siena, Italy, and was one of the earliest members. Little is known of his life, and attributions and dating of his work associated remains uncertain. But, however, we do know that he worked with his brother Ambrogio, and they both introduced naturalism into the Siena's art school. He grew up at a time when the artist's climate was dominated by the mature painter and Lorenzetti's master, Duccio di Buonanzagna. I don't know how to say his name, so I'm so sorry. So unlike Duccio, Lorenzetti manifested an extremely dramatic and passionate attitude. So what do you call painting by a cat?
A perfect painting.
Ooh, a portrait.
Oh,
Gotcha.
so
After a rough start, his strong effort to free himself from Duccio, Lorenzetti began to look at Giotto and took from him the profound visions of space. His most significant work is the triptych with the Madonna and Child with St. Francis and St. John the Baptist. He has many succeeding paintings from 1310 to 1320 and all notable contributions to the 14th century pre-Renaissance painting. Lorenzetti contributed significantly to the general experiments in pictorial realism that characterized the 14th century. He also showed a concern with naturalism and illusionism that was a century ahead of his time, which I think was pretty cool.
Yeah,
kind of predict the future in a way. As you can see by his paintings, he mastered creating an illusion of three-dimensional space on a two-dimensional surface. He was one of the first artists to master linear perspective, which is an illusion of depth by converging all lines into a single point. He also, well, in other words, this is when lines are going in the same direction, making a sense of depth. So it's kind of like you're walking into the painting.
Right.
3D feel type thing.
So cool.
Yeah, so if you look at the lines on the bed of his painting, Birth of a Virgin, look at the lines on the ceiling, patterns on the floor, it just creates that cool depth of field in a photo. He revived the pictorial illusionism of ancient Roman murals and painted the architectural members that divided the panels as though they extended back into the painted space. So it kind of leaves you with a question then, what is carved and what is painted?
Right.
So it's kind of cool how you figure that out in a way.
So
But
cool.
yeah, what do you got to say about this?
Well, for me, I am talking more so about the painting, The Birth of the Virgin. Just some general info for you. First, it was created in 1342, and this was one of the last of Lorenzetti's greatest masterpieces before he passed away. It was created as an altarpiece for Saint Sabinus, who was one of the 4 patron saints of Siena.
Oh, cool.
The Birth of the Virgin reveals the birth of Mary, not Jesus, but Mary, for she is the patron saint of Siena.
Ah.
Yeah, very interesting.
Nice.
The composition is Byzantine, but the painting as a whole is Italian because it shows the influence of Lorenzetti's mentor, Giotto.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So cool. Then for the painting itself, the medium it's a tempera panel painting. Tempera is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's a method of painting with pigments dispersed in an emulsion miscible with water, typically egg yolk. So they basically make the paint out of eggs back then.
Oh, that's really
so cool.
I didn't know that.
Also, speaking of painting,
Yeah.
I have a little joke for you.
Oh, I'm ready.
So what is green and smells like blue paint?
Egg yolks.
No, green paint.
Oh! You got me.
Oh goodness, so good, so good. Also, the painting is a panel painting, which is a flat panel made of wood that brings a number of pieces together. So for this one, it was 3 pieces in one, which is why it's a triptych. So,
okay, that's what I was talking about.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
so cool. So even just going back to what you were saying, a triptych is a painted or carved piece of artwork that has 3 hinged panels that are together. And so super interesting.
Yeah.
It's a 3-part painting that shares one continuous space. So for the central area of the painting, you see that he pays attention to detail and architecture. He has beautiful medieval interior. The vaulting in the ceiling and windows, painted in moldings of the tiles. He does a very good job of creating what life was like in 14th century Siena, which is also very interesting because the time that this painting was supposed to be taking place, like ancient Middle Eastern times, it wouldn't have looked like that. But the reason why he did that was so that his audience would really feel involved with like the Holy Family.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so even speaking of the Holy Family, you can tell who's a part of this family by the little crowns that are placed around their heads.
Oh,
yeah,
those little details.
Yeah, those little details, so cool. So in the central part of the painting, you see just the Mother of Mary and then her servants and then Mary being washed. And then on the left panel is a separated room where the father of Mary is being told, hey, there's a birth going on, you're going to be a dad. So cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
So another thing that is very, very important is where is this painting now?
Yeah.
So I have a quick joke for you.
Oh, yeah, ready.
Where do cows hang their paintings?
A barn?
No, in a museum.
Yes.
In a museum. Anyway, where can we find the birth of the Virgin today?
I don't know. You tell me.
I will let you know. Don't you worry. It is found in the, I'm gonna butcher this, but the Museo dell'Opera del Duomo.
Well, which is an accent, so that sounded right.
Oh, thank you. The Metropolitan Cathedral of St. Mary of Assumption,
Nice.
also known as Siena Cathedral for short, which is a beautiful, beautiful cathedral. It has,
gorgeous.
It's completely gorgeous. You can see the flooring, the stained glass windows, the green and white marble.
For sure.
So awesome. And also, you can see works from Michelangelo in there. So amazing. I think we should definitely go visit it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm so down. Well, is that your last slide?
That's it for me. That's so cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today, guys.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed our video. We're here every time at the meeting.
See you then.
I know. We'll see you then. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.